today we're here with Dr. Joseph Gelo. He's a dentist, my dentist, great dentist here in the Southwest community. He just got a new practice. He's been kind of floating for a while, right?
I have. I've been looking for the right place and I finally found it.
How long have you been a dentist for?
About 12 years now. 12 years, 11 of those years in the Las Vegas community. I did work a year in Manhattan, New York for actually one of the oldest dental practices in Midtown Manhattan. It's been a dental practice for 100 years. And I learned a lot there through the original owners there. But my whole career is pretty much right here in our beautiful community in Las Vegas.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. And you went to New York University?
I went to New York University for dental school, and then I did my residency through Lincoln Hospital in the South Bronx, New York, which was in affiliation with Cornell Medical Center.
Okay, you got a little accent still.
I do. People always ask me, say water, say coffee. It's a gimmick.
Tell me a little about your practice.
So we are a full scope family practice. We do everything, keep everything here in-house, from dental implants to Botox and dermal fillers, to veneers, to wisdom teeth extractions, to seeing kids.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And we're located at Rainbow, what's the cross street right here?
Post. Rainbow and
Post, right off the 215.
Very close to the 215.
Yeah, that's great. What sets your practice apart from other practices, would you say?
I would say it's the personality of myself and my staff. I mean, of course, I could always tell you what an amazing dentist I am, and my credentials, and there's good dentists out there. I'm one of them, but I think when it comes to personality between myself and my staff, our goal is to make you feel like you're hanging out with your buddies or your family, and we're treating you, not just a tooth.
Yeah.
Like, you're not walking in this door and we see a tooth. We see the person. We see who you are. We want to make you comfortable, feel at home, and we're treating your oral health, making things better for you.
That's great. It's very important too, because a lot of people are scared to come to the dentist.
Nobody likes the dentist. I hear it for 12 years. I've heard it every day.
So Joe, call him Joe. He's my dentist. And what I noticed about his practice and what he did is he fixed this tooth. His beautiful smile I have right now. It's because of Joe. This tooth, this front one right here, you wouldn't know it's a veneer. It went dead the day after I got my braces off. I took an elbow playing basketball to the face and it knocked my tooth dead. And another dentist put a veneer on it, but I wasn't happy with it. It looked fake. It looked horrible. And I did it for like 10 years.
Listen, it is difficult to match a single tooth when that happens. But what I think sets me apart is I don't stop until you're happy.
Yeah.
I don't care if I have to fight with the labs. I don't care if I have to reprep a tooth. I don't care. As long as you're okay with being patient with the process, I will go to bat for my patients with everything.
And you did exactly. You're like, that's not right. Let's do it again. And then you're like, you happy with it? I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with it. You're like, well, I'm not happy with it. So let's get this perfect. And you did. And I appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah. So what do you think the feedback from your patients, what's most of the feedback your patients give you?
They always feel very comfortable with me. I say that's the number one thing. They say I have done great work. But, patients don't really know what's good dental work and what's not. It comes down to, does it look good? Does it feel good? Did I get any pain? Did I get any infection? And I'm happy to say most of my patients, everyone, you're always going to have a patient where they get an infection.
Yeah.
And it's not the dentist's fault. It's, if you have a deep cavity and you prep it for a crown, tooth might need a root canal. And the way I do things is in cases like that, I would prep the tooth. If it's not into the nerve and we were able to save it, I tell a patient, hey, let's give it a couple of weeks. Let's see how it feels. I don't rush to do root canals. I don't rush into treatment. Mm-hmm. That's another thing patients like. I mean, I'm conservative. If I think I can save your tooth and avoid a root canal for you, I try. I give you a heads up and say, hey, if you feel pain in the next few weeks, you're going to need that root canal. But I'm always very honest. I'm always very upfront.
Yeah.
I never, promise the sun, the moon, and the stars if I don't think it could be delivered.
Yeah.
But I do promise that I will not stop until you have the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Gotcha.
That's, I think, the number one thing patients love about me is I will make sure you're happy in the end.
That's good. That's good, especially with the smile. So you guys do cosmetic, you guys do it all, children,
We do it all.
everything.
I recently finished a 9-month fellowship course for implants. It's I would say over the last 10 years, I've done over 500 hours of implant training. And this recent course was over 300 hours, 9 months long. And I'm proud to say I'm a fellow of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. It's a passion of mine, dental implants. And yes, we do a lot of cosmetics. I've always enjoyed cosmetic work, veneers, seeing a patient's smile change and seeing how happy they become after that.
Yeah.
It's very, very gratifying.
Yeah.
I'm also a member of the American Academy of Facial Aesthetics, where I've studied up to the master level of doing Botox, dermal fillers, and in our scope of practice with dentistry, we really stick to, lip augmentation with it. That's something, patients come in, they want veneers, they want the perfect smile, and then they want that perfect lip line, that full look. And I'm happy to say that we can provide that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. What about my lips? Do my lips?
You got nice lips. Don't worry about it.
So payments, do you guys do cash, insurances? How does that work?
We accept most insurances. I mean, my amazing treatment coordinator, Jen, you call her. She's so knowledgeable when it comes to insurances. She'll be able to answer your questions. As far as payment plans, we do offer from 2 credit companies right now, one being Care Credit, the other being Sunbit, and they have no interest options.
Oh, that's great.
But again, the best is to give us a call.
Yeah.
Call and ask for Jen. She is so knowledgeable in this field. She'll be able to answer every question you have.
That's great. So Joe, if I was a new patient, what would be the best way to get a hold of you, book an appointment? Would it be by phone? Would it be through the website?
Phone is always best because Jen's there to answer your questions. It's quicker, And the other way is, yes, you can go to the website and send us an email. You'll notice the website is currently under construction because we're working on getting a way to book appointments through the website, but that's not officially up yet. But we do have emails. So if a patient wants to just shoot us an email like, hey, do you have, Tuesday at 3:00 open? You can do that. We will get back to you right away. If Jen's busy or myself is busy with patients, it may take a little bit, but you will get an answer that day. But phone call is always the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. On my way here, I called you, so you'll be a little late because you had an emergency. So do people call you after hours for like an emergency tooth thing? How does that work? Because I know it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. I will always see an emergency patient. You could walk in. I don't care if I'm on lunch like I was. I stop eating. I stop having lunch and I go see the patient because I know tooth pain is pretty miserable. Yeah. If it's after hours, if it's reasonable amount of time after hours and I'm, still here or still in the area, I'll come by and open the office if it's,
emergency,
serious emergency. Yeah.
That's good.
But we really try and accommodate people because that's what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Staring at teeth all day is not terrible, but it's the people. It's nice it feels good to help people.
100%.
It just really does.
Yeah.
Like when someone comes in pain and you have to pull that tooth out or you have to root canal it and they're literally immediately feeling better, the look of gratitude in their eyes alone makes you go home and say, I feel good about myself today. Yeah. Today was a good day.
I bet it does.
It really does. And now that I've been doing this for 12 years, honestly, I look forward to that more than anything. Yeah. Like knowing that I'm helping someone and they're so grateful that they just go home and just feel better about it. It makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, I get that same feeling when I help like a family buy a home for the first time. It's such a great feeling. watching kids be like pick out rooms that have never had their own room.
That's
It's an
beautiful.
amazing feeling.
It's nice. It's nice to
it's
help
great.
people.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you had a practice here before, 11 years here. I was
did.
talking about your floating.
I did. I owned a practice. I had sold it in 2019. That's the year I worked in New York. We went there for family reasons. I was recently married at the time. My wife's from the East Coast too, so it felt like for family it was the right thing to do at the time. And then it
But Vegas is just so amazing.
Well,
you had to come back.
you know, honestly, this was home. This
Yeah.
became home. Once you are living in Las Vegas for, at that time I was here for 8 or 9 years, this was my home.
Yeah.
So going back to New York, and we helped family, and that was a good thing, and that all worked out well. But then when it was time to take care of ourselves again, we wanted to be home.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is home.
Yeah.
And we came back right when COVID hit, everything shut down, and I was hesitant to buy a practice at the time. I wanted to see how everything played out, and then I just kept looking. I've been looking since 2020,
Yeah.
and I finally found it. And you know, you're in real estate. When
Yeah.
you walk into a place and
And it
you can
feels
just
like
tell
yeah.
this is home.
And I know you've been looking. We've had this conversation.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's been a long few years.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
And
And I think you gotta. I like the feel of it. I like the location.
Mhm.
I mean, that's why we're doing this video, because you are in my
super
realm.
convenient.
Yeah.
It's right off the 215 on Rainbow.
And there's so much going on in this
Oh my
area.
God. The amount of cars every day,
Yeah.
the amount of restaurants. I know I'm going to gain weight just for that. I mean, there's so much good food around. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate you doing this interview. If you guys need a great dentist that is not all about the teeth, but about the people, come see Joe Gelo at Amazing Smile Dentistry. We're right here off of Rainbow. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys know any businesses out there that want to be spotlighted in this community, talk about their business, reach out. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Man.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate you. I hope to see all you guys soon.